Hi everyone, welcome to ESP, English Speaking Practice, brought to you by Cambridge Veritas. My name is Krishnatria. You can call me Krish. I'm your friend and your IELTS trainer here on English Speaking Practice at Cambridge Veritas. Are you somebody who struggles a lot with completion category of questions on the IELTS test? It could be table completion, it could be diagram completion, or for that matter, picture completion. If that is you, then this lesson is for you. Because in this lesson, we're going to be looking at how to solve completion category questions using scanning strategy. How do we do that? It's very easy, trust me. If you're with me in this lesson for the next 10-15 minutes, you will become an expert at solving questions that look like this. I repeat, you'll become an expert at solving questions that look like this. And can I tell you a secret? I'll actually help you solve this question live with me. All right? So stay tuned. Look at this. What is this? Is this a table completion, picture completion, or diagram completion? Diagram completion. All right? It kind of shows objective characteristics of bodies. It shows influences on objective characteristics of bodies. It shows factors. A lot of things happening here right now. But before we end up solving it haphazardly, I'm going to show you 9 things that you should keep in mind when it comes to IELTS completion category questions. Are you ready? Shall we start? Take a pen and a paper, make your notes in case you want to, or put your most favorite piece of information that I've told here in the comments below so that you can keep coming back to it when people like your comment and you're reminded of what that important strategy or piece of information is. So let's get started. Point number 1 that you remember is completion category questions are all about finding 2 pieces of information. Either you have to look for a specific piece of information, or you have to look for something detailed. Either specific or something detailed. That's what completion category questions are about. Maybe sometime it can ask you a piece of information like when's Krish's birthday. It is a specific piece of information, correct? So these are the kinds of questions that completion category question asks. Of course, it's not going to ask out of the blue. It's going to give you some context as well, which is your passage. ठीक है? इतना समझ में आया? Everybody understood this part? Point number 2 is this type of category often comes in 3 different options. It can either be a table completion question, or a diagram completion question, or for that matter, a picture completion question. All right. Essential strategy remains the same, but ideally, this is what we have to do. Okay. There can be these 3 different question types. Next one. The information that you'll get in the passage, it is not going to be in the same order as the question. One more time. The information is not the same order. Okay? A lot of people think that it is the same order. Nope. It is not in the same order. So bear that in mind. Point number 4. The table diagram or picture may relate to a section of the passage rather than the whole passage. What does that mean? Imagine this is your whole passage. But the question that you have may only be, the answer of that question may only be in this part of the passage and not the whole part. So you have to be very, very careful. How do you find if it is this part or this part or this part? You may be wasting your time on the wrong part of the passage. How do you really find out that, oh, the answer may actually be towards the end? How do you find that out? We're going to be looking at that in the next 2. I'll tell you what the answer is. Okay, so stay tuned. Now, point number 5 that you should keep in mind is question always tells you how many words you have to write. how many numbers you have to write. And I have seen 80% of the times, I've been teaching IELTS for 15 years, 80% of the times, even if your answer is right, the question says write not more than 3 words, students end up writing 4 words. Even if the piece of information is correct, you get a 0 for it. So it's very important to read the instructions carefully. Instructions will look like this: no more than 2 words, 1 word only, no more than 2 words and a number. This is how it's going to be. You must have seen it already. If you've seen completion questions before, you may have seen that the instructions very clearly state that. Okay? So this is very extremely, mahusively important. Number 6, when it comes to numbers, there's something special about it that a lot of people do not know. When it comes to numbers, numbers can actually be written either as a figure. So for example, 5, it's a figure, or it can be written as a word as well. That is 5. Both are right when it comes to numbers. So this is a very, very important piece of information. In case you did not know it before, my whistle is not working. This is for you. Okay. Number 7. What about hyphenated words? What is the meaning of hyphenated words? Words that actually look like this. So have a look at this. State of the art. State of the art. Are these 4 words? Nope. It's just 1 word. Why? Because there's hyphen. What do we call this? Minus sign. In India, we call it minus sign. But it's not minus, it is a hyphen, punctuation. So the idea is, when you write words with hyphen, it is considered as 1 word. Okay, so keep that in mind. Number 8, the answer. Now, this is very important. Why am I saying it is important? If, imagine, it looks like this, there's a diagram that looks like this. And there's one option that is given to you, and in that option, Krish is written. Now, I'm not obsessed with my name, just try to focus on what I'm trying to say. Krish is written. Then the rest of the answers that you will write will also be a noun. This word is a noun, right? It's a name of a person. Similarly, it's a very important trick that a lot of people do not know. In the next 2 words, if you're talking about the names of, let's say, IELTS teachers, there are 3 teachers. There's Krish. There are 2 more teachers at, let's say, English speaking practice Cambridge Veritas. Then here, the probability is, not the probability, but the fact is, you have to write nouns only. Please remember that. Here, you can't write dance. It's a verb. It does not make sense. So an important strategy is, if in one box Krish is written, then you only have to find the names of other 2 teachers and trainers that teach IELTS at ESP, which is mentioned in the passage. Very important piece. It belongs to the same grammatical category. Gotcha? It belongs to the same grammatical category. All right, and the last piece of information that I want to give you is, a lot of the times, majority of the times, let's say 90% of the times, same words are not going to be written. The kind of words that are written, let's say, in questions, whatever words that are written in questions, they're not going to be the same. They're going to be different in the passage. So, synonyms are going to be written most of the times. IELTS is not going to give you the same piece of information, ladies and gentlemen. So remember that. Very, very important. Gotcha? All right. So quickly tell me, out of all these pieces of information that I've told you in the last 5, 7, 8 minutes, which piece of information is your most favorite or most important, do you think, in your opinion, that can help you potentially improve your score? Tell me in the comments below. But before we proceed, Remember I told you that we're going to be solving the question together, so that you know how do we do that. We're going to do this, but wait for a little while. I want to give you some exam tips. So here are my exam tips for you. Number one, when you're looking for a specific piece of information, place, name, phrase. Imagine you have a passage. Imagine you have a passage and you're looking for, let's say, a, a place, the name of a place. Try to quickly go through the passage and see where is the name of a place mentioned. Always do this. Do not read it line by line, word by word. We do not do it. Big, massive, gigantic, enormous. No, you do not do that. Remember that, please. Very important. You do not read word for word. Just quickly hover your eyes, moving from one part of the passage to the other, looking for the name of a place. But why do we do that? We do not read word for word, as I told you. If you do not understand a word, quickly move along. If a piece of information is not related to the question, absolutely ignore it. Just focus on the word that you have to look for. Why do we do that? Because that is called skimming. Sorry, scanning. My apologies. That is called scanning. Scanning means I have to tell you the name of this pen. So I will not read line by line. No, that is CBSE method. It wastes a lot of time. You'll not be able to understand and you'll actually lose marks if you go word for word. Instead, you quickly hover your eyes and see where is the name of a pen that is written in the passage. And that is called, ladies and gentlemen, scanning. Reading quickly to look for general information or specific information. Specific information, not general. All right. So this is very important. And the last bit. Sometimes there are going to be numbers, they're going to be uppercase letters, they're going to be italics, bold print, quotation marks, etc. All of these visual information will actually help you escort through the passage. It gives a lot of indication which part of the passage has what type of information. So that's very important for you to sort of bear in mind. Yeah. All right. So these are my exam tips and they're very, very essential. Make sure to take a note of them, please. All right. Thank you. Now, I promised you that we're going to be solving a question together, but I'm not going to do this in this lesson. I'm going to do it in the next video. What I want you to do is, I have a question for you. Take a picture of it. I have a question for you here. It shows characteristics of bodies, influences on the characteristics of bodies, social factors, la de la de la. And this is the passage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the passage. Read the passage, look at the questions, fill in the blank spaces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put your answers in the comments below. What, in your opinion, are the answers? Do not use ChatGPT. Use your mind. Use the tricks and exam tips that I have given you here. Do not read word for word. Only look for pieces of information. Take inspiration of the keywords that are mentioned here and keep filling the answers. And most importantly, time yourself. How long did it take for you? Stay on the video. Do not skip the lesson. It's very important. Otherwise, you'll just forget it. Sit in a quiet corner. If you can't do it right now, come back to the lesson later. Put your answers in the comments below. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to solve these types of questions. And you will see live how I do it so that you can do it as well. And can I tell you a little secret? Come here. It's very You may find it difficult right now, but stay with me. You'll find it supremely easy to solve. Okay? All right, guys, thank you so much. For those of you who are members of the channel, this weekend is our class. Of course, you have the unrestricted access to the class, which means you can always come back to the lesson and watch it again and again. The practice PDFs of the lesson are available on the Discord private VIP group chat. So make sure that you access it and download your practice PDFs of all of these different types of questions. If you want digital practice, then you have the access of the My Veritas app, wherein you'll be able to see 10 exercise questions with loads of quizzes as well. So make sure to keep checking that. And in case after doing all of this, you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask me on our private group chat on Discord. I'm always there for you. All right. If you're not a member yet, the link of membership is available in the description below, or the first, possibly the first comment of the video. Lot of people think that membership is a waste of money. Instead of joining coaching for 15,000, 20,000 rupees, this membership is available for you, I guess, for a minimal fees of 1,300 rupees per month, which saves you tons of money and a lot of time. So instead of just hovering around, you could just stick around with me and you will be able to improve your IELTS score big time. All right. So if you're not a member yet, you're missing the magical part, the gold part. Make sure that you join in. All right. Before I end the lesson, can you quickly tell me what you learned today? What was the most important takeaway of the lesson? So type in the comments below. I learned la de la de la. Okay. Let's see what you got, what you've learned. Thank you so much. Knowing about all of this is important, but if you're struggling with true, false, not given questions, I've attached the video link here for you. Make sure to watch the lesson, supremely important. It'll help you in a very simple manner how to go about TFNG types of questions on IELTS reading. Yeah, it's a gold mine. You must watch. Okay. Thank you so much for being a part of this lesson. If you've come until the end, you're very committed, and I'm very proud of your hopefully the progress that you're making slowly, bit by bit. Keep watching, keep learning, and I'm there for you when it comes to IELTS. All right. God bless. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Ciao, ciao.